Hi guys, this is Tina from Shabbydabbydoodah. Welcome back to my channel. So I'm back with that gorgeous little flip book that we made using the pretty cabinet cards, the actual genuine vintage cabinet cards during our series using the cabinet cards. So I thought let's come back and do some decorating of this little flip book. So I was quite excited to decorate it during the series. So yeah, let's get doing it now. So got a whole bunch of lace and things here. I've got my little stapler, so we may use that. I was trying to keep this very neutral and, you know, vintagey colours and things. So I have brought along a couple of, you know, neutral vintagey colour, vintagey colour things. So I've got some of my little words here, so we may use some of those. I've got some labels here with obviously quite a few neutrals, and then I've just got a little brown bow, so we might use some of these. Yeah, let's kind of just experiment around and kind of see how this goes. So I'm thinking, as this is the front page, I'm just leaning behind me now, sorry, just to get, I've got some little metal book plates, so I'll just grab one of those, and I thought one of those would look rather nice on the front of this. So it's going to obviously be, you know, on the photograph, because obviously everything's going to be on the photograph. So I'm just going to see whether I've got any words that would just fit in here perfectly. So we could have something like that. Dream a little dream. I rather like that, actually. So I'm going to, oops, cut this out a little bit carefully, like that. Okay, just trim that down. Okie dokie. So yeah, let's just pop that down like that. Okay, so yeah, I think that would look rather nice. Now just quickly trim this up slightly, just so that, you know, if any of it shows, it's not quite so wonky. And these are obviously, these are the typewriter words, they're in my Etsy shop. So now, do we want this over to the side, or do we want it in the center? Do we want it like on him? Where do we think? Kind of thinking maybe like here. So I'm just going to place that there for the minute, but I'm probably going to have some lace, and the lace may go underneath it. So I'm not going to glue it on just yet. We'll just kind of check how we want to have it. So like I say, I've brought along a lot of like neutrals to use for this. So I must not get carried away and start using brights. Honestly, it's just like very difficult for me to resist. Right, I'm just going to cut this down for a moment. We may go with this, we may not, so let's just see. Right, I'm just having a look to see if we were to have that there, and this kind of like, you know, on top of it. Let's just put that there for a minute. And then I just wonder whether it would be too much if we had lace going down the side as well. Actually, I don't think it would be. So yeah, let's do that. Now I've got some 3-in-1 glue, so I'm going to use that today. 3-in-1, it's brilliant for when you're obviously doing you know, fabric and things like that. As far as I'm aware, the 3-in-1 is pretty much the same as Fabri-Tac. And the reason I say that, I saw a lovely video by Nick the Booksmith once, and she said that she had phoned Beacon, who are the people who make this glue, and asked what the difference is between the 3-in-1 and the Fabri-Tac, and I'm pretty sure she said that they said they're pretty much the same, unless you're doing something, you know, that's really requiring a lot of extra sort of heft to it. So, you know, obviously we are not doing things like that. So I think the 3-in-1 is pretty much doing the same job as the Fabri-Tac. So, you know, they're interchangeable. Right, popping that down onto there. Okay, that looks rather pretty. Now, yeah, I probably should put this one down next before I put the book plate. So I'm just going to run this down the side. This wasn't really coming out very well, so I've pierced the, you know, the jar, not jar, but, you know, bottle. And now it's really seeping out. I really need to buy some more of those, what do you call them? The icing bottles, Sugar Bell icing bottles. Okay, right. Then just snip this off here, like that. That looks rather pretty, doesn't it? I'm just going to move that slightly out, just so I've got a bit more of this little scripty part showing, because I just love that. It's very, very pretty. Right, then we've got our book plate. Now, just need to decide, do I definitely want it here and not, you know, like over the middle or something? I mean, I quite like it actually like there, I think. And then I could also have something else here, like maybe a bow or some bling or something. So yeah, let's put it here instead. So I'm going to just pop this down like that. Okay. Like that. Okay. And then we obviously put the metal book plate over the top of this. So like that, and then this one's going to go over. Now, obviously up to you really how you glue this on. Now, my cabinet card, well, it's either the cabinet card or it could be the metal, I guess, is not quite straight, if you see what I mean. So it's slightly bowed, very slightly bowed, or it could be just where it's on the lace. But so what I want to do is probably use my hot glue so that I can really press this down and make sure that it's actually glued properly on here. I don't want it, you know, kind of keep pinging off or anything like that. So I'm just going to go round with my hot glue. These little metal book plates, they did have like brads that you can put in them. I'm not going to bother. I think it looks fine without the brads. I don't think it's like, you know, essential to have the brads on there, except I do have some seepage of the glue now through here. So might have to retract that statement. Oh my goodness, I've never made such a mess using these before. I don't know why it's so messy. I must have used a bit much glue there. But anyway, the good thing is you can kind of like wipe it off really. So just wipe it off there. Okay. Oops. Oh my goodness, what was I saying about wiping it off? It's not really coming off very well. Oh my goodness. You're probably watching thinking, another disaster movie by her. She is awful. One disaster after another. Right, there we go. So you can probably see, I'm just going to show you up close to the camera. There's quite a bit of glue on here. Looks a bit messy. That's fine. We can cover that up with like a bow or something like that. So, you know, there's always a way around it. There's always a sort of, you know, little quick fix that you can do. Don't ever be kind of panicked if something like that happens on your project. I'm not saying it does, you know, but if it does, don't be panicked. It can always be fixed. So just reach in. I've got some little bows here. Now I've got some brown ones, or I've got some sort of creamy ones. Let's just see, or maybe this colour. So yeah, I can just put that bow on there, and that's just completely then disguising that bit of you know, glue seepage. Sorry, I can't speak, I can't glue, I can't do anything. What a wally. Right, okay, so like that. Okay, there we go. Oh, how pretty does that look? Absolutely gorgeous. So then down here, just want to put like a little bit of bling or something like that. So we could go for our traditional black bling, or we could have something a bit bulkier. I'm so sorry, I don't know what's going on with my speech. It's just it's all a struggle to speak. So we could even have like, you know, maybe a run of bling and then something down here. So I'm thinking maybe one of my lace embellishments, or just possibly, you know, possibly just something like this. Maybe even the heart actually looks quite nice, doesn't it? Right, I'm just going to cut this down because maybe it's a little bit too big, you know, a bit too much of that. Oh, do you know, that would look very cute on that boat. I don't think that would be very stable, and you know, I'd rather not put it on if it's not really going to stay glued there very well. But yeah, I think it would look cute. That also looks very gorgeous, doesn't it? So yeah, instead of going for really all out bling, I think I might do that one. Looks really very cute. So let's put a little bit of lace underneath there. So we're just going to kind of concoct some sort of like a little lace embellishment, which I do have in my shop most of the time on my website. So do head over and see if I've got any of my lace clusters. But we're just going to make a little sort of semi version of one. Oh my goodness. Well, that's the plan anyway. Who knows whether I will pull it off. Don't seem to be pulling a lot of stuff off, do I? It's all very disastrous today. Right, there we go. Oh my goodness, how cute and gorgeous does that look? I love how that looks. Now I'm just thinking, actually maybe we might prefer the bling, yeah, maybe somewhere here, maybe over there. Do we need another bit of lace under here? Possibly. Let's just try one more bit. Oops. Okie dokie. Like that. Okay. So that looks very cute, doesn't it? So I'm just going to layer that up with a little bit of glue. Oops. Like that. Oh, how cute. How cute, how cute. And then just a bit of bling on here. There we go. How gorgeous does that look as a sort of front cover? And obviously once we start building this up, I'm hoping that you're going to have layers of lace and things showing. I don't know, because I haven't made one of these before, but I'm hoping that actually through the, you know, the cabinet cards beneath, you're going to then get lace and things coming out from the underneath. So I'm going to just go through and just decorate the fronts first, and then we'll turn it over and we'll decorate the reverse of the cabinet cards as well. So, you know, we're going to end up with quite a bit of different looking layers, I think. So let's just see. Thinking maybe a little bit of white lace on this one, because she just looks like I don't know, like she could just take the contrast for some reason. So I'm just going to cut that down like that. Oops. Oh, I don't think there's going to be any layers poking out from this one, I have to say. But, you know, that's fine, because it might have lace on the back. And anyway, it will definitely, I'm sure, have lace on other layers. So, oh gosh, I can't now see the right way and the wrong way of the lace. Oh my goodness, this is very tricky. Right, there we go. So, yeah. Now I've put that a little bit wonky deliberately. I quite like it. I didn't want it just completely straight because it looks just a bit boring like that. Okay, let's just see if we might layer a little bit more up somewhere. Oh, what about this one? Just going to cut this like in half. It's quite big otherwise, but yeah, I'm thinking maybe a little bit of this just hanging off somewhere. Maybe like that. That's rather pretty, isn't it? So I'm just going to apply the glue to the solid parts of the lace, I think. Oh, I think better off doing it this side, actually. Look like there's more sort of bits, you know, poking out on the other side. There we go. Right. So like that. Okie dokie. And then over here I have got some sari silk, which might look quite pretty. So yeah, let's just see. maybe not, to be honest. Yeah, it might look better kind of plainer. But we might want a brown label, so let's just have a look here. Oh, you have to excuse where my printer messed up and did not print borderless again. Very annoying. It doesn't really like the very thick paper. This is 230 or 250, I can't remember, GSM. And it just doesn't really like it. So, you know, when it doesn't like it, it just kind of sucks it through and creates like a big white header, and then obviously chops off some of the printing. There we go. Right, loving that. Now, do we want this down here? Or we could even have it in the middle. It's quite pretty. Let's try that there, and I'm just going to see if I've got something else that I could have in the middle. Maybe this one. Yeah. Oh, I do like that one. Let's just try. Hang on. Take that one. And then I'm just going to take this one as well. Honestly, my eyesight's just awful. I think where the light is, it's just making it very difficult to see. And yeah, it's hard to actually kind of like see through the, you know, the shadow, where the shadow's casting onto the piece from the overhead light. It's just making it a little bit difficult to see where I'm cutting. So it's a bit wing and a prayer. Again, another day that's wing and a prayer. Oh dear, story of my life, isn't it? Right, so we could have it like that. I quite like that. I'm just going to ink that, you know, this bottom label. And we'll just see then how that looks. Because we are going for very vintage looking, so I don't want it looking, you know, bright white on there really. Oh, there we go. That looks quite nice, doesn't it? And I'm just going to check that I want it that way round, not the other way. Oh, I quite like it like that actually. Oh, let's just ink this. Oh, I'm now thinking, or does it look better without anything on there? Or maybe that's better. Right, let's glue this with the hot glue. Again, because this is now going over the lace and onto the cabinet card, it's kind of got like different levels. So just to ensure that it's glued down nicely across the two levels. So we'll have it like that, I think. What did I do with that brown bow? Just try this, just in case it might go somewhere. Okay. There we go. Oh, Bo's sound asleep by me in her bed beside the desk. She's yeah, she's all tired out today for some reason, so she's just fast asleep. She's so super cute. No. Oh, I've already glued that down, which is so annoying, because doesn't that look gorgeous up there? And then I would have had the label down the bottom. What? I mean, that's quite unlike me to have been gung-ho in gluing. Now I wish I hadn't. Oh, how annoying. How annoying is that? Well, I could even put it with the label, actually. Doesn't look too bad with the label, does it? So, yeah, let's do that. And obviously these bows, they're also in my Etsy shop. There we go. Oh, I love how that looks. That's very, very gorgeous, isn't it? Okay, flick it up. So we've got the next one. So like I say, we're doing all of the cabinet cards, you know, this side first before we decorate any of the back pieces. So let's just take some hopefully different lace that we're going to start layering up and getting some of the layers that are going to then be visible, you know, when it's all closed, if you see what I mean. So we could have it like that, which is rather nice. also, what's that got under there? Yeah, I think we'll have it like this. So I'm just going to literally glue this down the side. So I've used different levels of laces and different laces. So we've, you know, so far we've used about, I think we've used about 4 different laces so far, which, you know, is going to create a lot of interest and make it look very, very pretty, I think. So just going to move that out slightly so we've got a bit more overhanging. Okay. Just cut that down. Like that. Okay. Right, looking very pretty, isn't it? And then should we just see, what did I do with that little? That's quite nice. Or maybe up there, or maybe in the middle. Maybe over there. Let's just take this one and see how this one might look. Okay. Just loving all these colours together, you know, all these slightly different sort of shades of browns and creams. They look so, so pretty, don't they? I really, really love them. Yeah, they just look absolutely gorgeous. Perhaps up there, actually. So again, just using my hot glue because, you know, it's going over the fabric and the lace. So like that. Now I'm trying not to really put too much in the way of bumpy things on here, just because I don't want it like really, you know, getting too out of control. But that being said, maybe we will start now. Start getting out of control now. Yeah, perhaps we'll just have a little bow on there. Just like that. Okay. Okay, over to the next one. Now, where this is now getting exciting is because this is a much bigger photograph, obviously, than the other ones. So this one is now, if I show you, you know, this is now the one that's kind of sitting out, if you see what I mean. So can you see we've already got the lace coming out to the side, you know, different laces. And imagine then once we've decorated these parts as well, we may well get some really nice, you know, very pretty layers kind of going on. So we'll take this one. Now, what are we going to do with this? She's got a lot of border on her because obviously she's got the, you know, the bigger size. So I'm thinking for her, maybe some sari silk running down the side of her, because obviously that would then poke out from the other layers, which I think would look absolutely gorgeous. So yeah, let's just have a look. Just find one. Yeah, this one, I think. I mean, they were all the same, but I wanted to use one that had already been cut, you know, to a shorter length. So, oh gosh, sorry, I'm just trying to get something off of my hands that have been stuck with the hot glue threads. So yeah, we could have this sari silk maybe going down the side. Now, which side? Should we have it on the right or should we have it on the left? Maybe on the left because that's not very straight compared to that. So I'm just going to cut this down slightly in terms of width because it seems very, very wide at the moment. So sometimes this tears really brilliantly when you do this, and other times, like today, it's not tearing at all. Oh, this is going to be now. This is going to be my next disaster. Is now this is not going to be wanted. Oh, look. Which is annoying because, to be honest, trying to actually cut this and make it look halfway decent is near on impossible. So, yeah, just have to bear with me, and it probably is not going to look great. Oh, look. Rubbish. Absolutely rubbish. Oh dear. Kind of wishing I hadn't actually tried to do this in the first place. Don't know why sometimes you just get the odd one that just doesn't want to tear. On the whole, it's brilliant. And see, like that, just tears brilliantly. And then suddenly you get the odd one that, you know, it doesn't want to tear, which is really annoying. Right, so I've got really strange shape going on. But I mean, once it's ruffled up, it won't really be visible. But I will put it, yeah. Oh, it doesn't matter, does it, to be honest? Yeah, I don't think it really matters. Right, okay. Right, I'm going to start at the top. So again, just going to run down my hot glue. And I know that we've ruffled sari silk loads of times before, but for anyone who's just joining, you know, we do the ruffling of the sari silk with the hot glue, because obviously it's then dried instantly. I haven't ever tried it with wet glue. Possibly you could do it, but you're going to be, you know, it's going to be a slow process, because you're going to have to sit and hold it for a long time. So for the ruffling of, you know, ribbon, fabric, sari silk, lace, I mean, you could do it with anything, any fabric really. You just need to have a hot glue gun, really, because otherwise, like I say, you're just going to be, you know, having a very fiddly time of it, trying to get it to ruffle and dry. Right, okay, so we've got her. Let's have this little label on there, and again I'm thinking let's do another little sort of lace cluster for the label. So let's just go in like that. Okay, I will cut this down, I think, on both sides. Now, do we want that in the middle, or do we want it maybe to the side? Or maybe to the side, actually. Right, again, just cut some more lace, just layering up some bits. Okay. Like that. So again, just glue that down there. Like that, and then just a bit more. Okay. Oh, sorry if you can hear that scratching now. Bo's now digging around in her bed. So yeah, she seemed like she was fast asleep. She's obviously now woken up thinking, oh goodness, she's craft talking again. She's just chatting about crafting. It's enough to send me to sleep. Okay, right. That, and then maybe I'll even have a little bit of this lace in there. Or actually maybe I'll have a bit of white. Oh, that's pretty, isn't it? Okay. Like that. Oops. Just see whether that's okay. And yep. Okay, so that's nicely down. Now this, don't forget, is all kind of exposed, so we could have potentially, like, if we want to have some bling or anything along here, we could, because this could, you know, bulk up quite considerably, because it's not actually going to be affected by anything. Nothing's going to be on top of it. So I might have a look and see whether I could do some sort of bow. Let's try this piece. So just trying to tie a bow with my sari silk here. It may or may not succeed. We should just have to wait and see. Oh my goodness, so far not succeeding. But that's user error rather than sari silk. Oh my goodness, what a rubbish bow. Hang on 2 seconds, that's just my phone. Yeah, so we've just literally popped the bow on here to the side. Now, do we think this needs any bling on it? I mean, I do love putting bling on everything. So yeah, I'm just having a look through my little pile of stuff here. Oh, I've got a few little things, because I'm trying to keep it very vintagey colours. So let's just have a quick look and see what I've got here. Oh, look at all this stuff. This is all just dropping into my, you know, side of my desk. So yeah, I was not aware that I had all this stuff here. It had all kind of slid down the side. Whoops. So I've got this, which is obviously quite big, but weirdly, I don't dislike it. So let's just cut this down. So we could have something like this here. That would look quite pretty. I wonder if we could have that. Well, I don't think that will sit snugly on there. Snugly? I'm not sure whether that's a word. But that does look gorgeous, doesn't it? I mean, it's quite pretty like that. But strangely enough, I think, yeah, it looks actually even prettier with the brown bow over the top. So let's go for that and try. Okay, so we just press it in and hope for the best. Like that. Oh, that is lovely. Yeah, really, really like that sort of effect there. So this bit of bling here, just going to put down the bottom. Okay, oops. Oh my goodness, come on. Like that. Oh, that is so pretty, isn't it? Yeah, really, really pretty. We could put something actually over the photo itself, you know, a butterfly or something like that, if I've got a brown one. No, which now? No, it doesn't look like I have. Oh, perhaps we won't bother then. Yeah, I really am trying to be very strict with myself and just do the, you know, the browns and things. So, yeah, could have a little label there. Perhaps we'll do that. It all does add something, doesn't it? So, you know, although it's not kind of essential to put these things on, it's that same old thing, isn't it? That you try it and then you move it and think, actually, it does look better with it. So, yeah, there we go. It just makes it all a bit more interesting to look at, doesn't it? You know, when you're then flicking through. So, yeah, love that. Okay, right, turning over. So this is the final page, if you like. So, and we had this little flip down here. So for this one, again, got these labels here. So let's just see. Let's just cut that down. Okay. Well, let's try this one. Oh, I've still got those shaky hands. So yeah, even though we're now a different day, this is actually a couple of days later. But yeah, still got those clumsy hands going on. So I do apologise. Okay. There we go. Like that. Whoops. Okie dokie. Like that. Okay, now might incorporate some of those little ribbon embellishments somewhere here. I'm not sure. So let's just see if we have that maybe somewhere up here. Just right. Let me get another blendy tool because now I've mislaid that. Oh dear. Right. Just put the clean sponge on here on this one. Okie dokie. Put the clean sponge on and then just use, hopefully, oh no. Oh, there we go. Some vintage photo. I mean, really, I'm using the vintage photo more to disguise any shoddy cutting, really, rather than, you know, I didn't necessarily think it needed, you know, colour as such, but just pop that on now. Could have it a little bit over the sellotape, to be honest. That looks quite cool. Now, what lace should we have? Oh, I'm loving the look of that. That looks so pretty, doesn't it? So yeah, just have a little bit of lace going up here. Like that. Okay. yeah, that looks very, very pretty, doesn't it? So, oops, like that. Okie dokie. And then here, just cut this down. Oops. What do we think? Do we think it looks prettier on the lace? I mean, I always love a bit of lace. And I also have found this floating around on my desk. So this is one of my vintage circle principles. I've printed it onto transparency, and I thought that would be really nice here on this flap of the, you know, fold down. Now, do we want to have any more lace? Maybe on this kind of envelopey bit, the envelopey pocket. So either going across the top or actually going down the flap itself. So if I just cut this, oh my goodness, oh, shoddy cutting again. What is wrong with me? Okay, I'll just put that down here. Okay. Right, so I'm just going to stick that onto the flap. Now, do we want it on both sides? Sometimes I feel like, you know, if you put it on both sides of an envelope, it looks a little bit, would the word be like a bit twee? I don't know really whether that's the right word, but, you know, kind of a bit sort of, not matchy-matchy, but, you know, uniform. So, yeah, maybe. Let's just see. Let me try a bit of lace, and this is where I kind of then retract my last statement and say, oh no, it does look better. But, you know, that's the point. Sometimes it does and sometimes it doesn't. Oops. Yeah, I actually quite like it just on the one side, strangely enough here. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to just, I think, staple that on. I know that sounds like a little bit out there, but I think stapling is the way to go. Now, I don't want to staple through the man's face, so perhaps we'll staple here at the bottom. Oh, I nearly stapled through his face. My gosh, that was close. So yeah, just like that. And then do we want to have any other lace? I mean, or we could have even the label on here, I guess. Or on here. Hold on. Oh. Don't want to have that diagonal thing going on. So, yeah, perhaps we'll just put this on here. I'm just going to glue this with the hot glue because it's going through the lace, and that would just, you know, hold the whole thing. Hold the whole thing down. Like that. Okie dokie. Right. There we go. Oops. Just going to put a little bit of glue here. There we go. Oops. Oh, look. That's picked up a flower. That must be an old one. Right. Okay. Do we need anything else on this page, or do we think this looks pretty nice already? I mean, I think it does look pretty nice. What do you think? We haven't really got any lace that's going to be, you know, coming off to the side. Did we want to do that? No, let's leave it like that. Right, we can always go back and add to it. So now, what we want to do now is obviously add our reverse side details. So the, you know, this is what I would call the journaling side. So on here. And this is where, again, we can get some extra layers poking out to the side. So this first one, it's just this little, you know, flippy pad. So all I'm going to do on this is just have a little bit of lace across the top, because that looks really nice. So unfold this. Okie dokie. Like that. Now, obviously, this lace is not, you know, it's not overhanging or anything like that. There we go. And then what we could do is just have a little bit of lace maybe running down the edge or something. So let's decide what what lace we might like here. So I've got all different laces. Well, it's a bit floppy, that lace, actually. Sounds a bit strange, but yeah, it's quite a floppy one. So maybe something like this. So again, just going to cut this off here, straighten it up. I've obviously, you know, hacked around at this for something else. So let's just, oops, take that off. And then just put that down, just coming off to the side. In fact, I'm going to put it on the second sheet, like that. Okie doke. So, and that way it's going to actually sort of hang out underneath the one that's on the top, if that makes sense. So like that. Okay, let's snip that off at the top, like that. There we go. Oops. Oh, that's, ugh. Right, let me just snip this down slightly because it's kind of overhanging now, causing a problem when it folds. So there we go, like that. Let me just, there we go. So that's that one. Let's turn it over. So now we've got this one, which is an actual, you know, proper flippy pad. So again, I might do a little bit of lace perhaps going across the top. So I'm just going to cut this down to size again. And then just trim off the, whoops, trim off the excess here. Okay. Oh, that looks pretty, doesn't it? So, yeah. Okay. Like that. Okie dokie. Oops. Right. Like that. And just again, mop that up a bit. Okay. And then what we could do is put some lace down here, so it's just coming out from the bottom, might look quite pretty. So in fact, we could probably put some right here on the actual bottom of the cabinet card as well. So for that one, maybe we will use a bit of this floppy lace. So again, just cut that down to rough width, like that. And just, oh my goodness, this lace is quite hard to cut because it's obviously moving all the time you're trying to cut it. Oh gosh. Right, so yeah, we can have it like that. I mean, how gorgeous does that look? So I mean, literally we're just kind of like going to town really with the lace here, but it, you know, it all looks really good, doesn't it? So let's just pop that down. Oops. Check I've got this right way up. I talk about this all the time, but I can never quite work out which is the right way and the wrong way of lace. You know, some is more obvious than others, but quite often I find myself struggling to find out which is the right way and the wrong way. There we go. And then we could even have maybe, you know, something at the top, although that might be in the way a little bit. I don't know whether this is going to kind of bulk it out too much, so I might not do that. Could have something like that, I suppose. I don't know, but I think we will put another bit of lace across the flippy pad on one of the layers. So, you know, just pick a layer and then just have it like that. Doesn't that look gorgeous? So okie doke. Scrumptious. Absolutely scrumptious. Oops. Yeah, very, very pretty. Okay, again, you could add a butterfly or something. I wish to goodness that I had bought some butterflies along. I'm very cross with myself for not doing that. Yeah, really very irritated. Irritated with myself. Don't know why I didn't. Oh, I have got, just looking through some bits on my desk, I have got some of my bits from my fun photos. So what we could do is actually just have one of these ladies and just like pop her on, just so there's some other decorative sort of interest going on. Otherwise, you know, effectively we're just having lace, which is probably not that interesting really, but having said that, it does look absolutely gorgeous, doesn't it? So yeah, I do quite like it just with the lace, but just for a little bit more extra interest, let's have one of these. Yeah, these are just the fussy cut pieces from the Fun Photos kit. And I do find myself using these quite often, to be honest, because they go on all sorts of things, you know, little snippet rolls and, yeah, all sorts of stuff that you can then use these for. Oh, gosh, I've now splodged that into my glue. Oh. Right, let me mop up that glue before I splodge anything else into it. Right, what did I do with my Distress ink over here? Again, I mean, the Distress ink really is just to disguise my uneven cutting. You know, anywhere where there's some white bits, just cover up with the Distress ink. There we go. I mean, doesn't that look so pretty? It just adds that little bit, doesn't it? That little bit of interest and detail. So, are you coming in, Bo? Come on in. She's gone. She's obviously decided it's more fun going back to bed. Oh, who can blame her? Who can blame her? Right, there we go. So that looks really nice, doesn't it? And that's your flippy pad. Then going over again. So this one was that little fold out piece. And did we have a belly band underneath here? I can't actually remember. Ah, yes. So we've got a belly band under here, so we can obviously pop something in there for journaling. And then we've got just this little flippy sort of booklet, which is really nice, isn't it? So on there, I might do just another one of the figures from the Fun Photos. Okay. Like that. Oops. Okie doke. Oh, I'm about to cut her eyelashes off. Okay. You know, that side sort of profile, so it just had some eyelashes in there. Okay. There we go. Such a lovely day today. I don't know, I can't remember now what the weather was like the other day when I was filming, but yeah, it's been absolutely gorgeous since then. So we're having a bit of a sort of heat wave, which is brilliant. Absolutely brilliant. Okay. Oops. I've splodged a bit of ink or something on her face now. Oh, there we go. It must have been a bit of glue. So yeah, doesn't she look good on there? And should we have her on a bit of lace? Okie dokie. Oops. Like that. Yeah, maybe have her on this side for a change. So, and then maybe some lace just running down the edge of the pad. So just take that down. Hello, gorgeous. She's decided to come in after all. She obviously was bored on her own. No, do we want it like that? Yeah, let's do that. So okay, there we go. And then this one, so I'll just press this down, just using my dried wipe to press it down. And then this, I'm just going to use the hot glue again, because it's obviously going straight onto the lace, so it's just going to kind of pin the lace down. Okay. Like that. Oh, how yummy and gorgeous does that look? I love it. And then for the pocket, I'm just wondering, got these, which these are just some book images which I've mounted onto card. I don't think that's going to fit. That's so annoying. Is that one narrower? No. Hang on, let me just see whether I've got any smaller ones. Oh, they're all quite wide, which is very irritating. I think they're all going to be too wide. Oh, I might just found one actually. Hold on. Oh, I've got a couple of smaller ones here. So isn't this one absolutely gorgeous with the that building? I couldn't tell you what building that is. It's got a bit of a look of Hampton Court on there, but I don't think it's Hampton Court, but who knows? Maybe it is. So I'm just doing a bit of inking. I mean, to be honest, I didn't mind it plain actually, but I'll just do a bit of inking and then a bit of inking on the back. Okay. There we go. Right. So tuck that. Oh no, this is still not going to fit, would you believe? Oh, it does. It does fit, yeah. Well, that's all right, isn't it? Okay, and then I've got another one here. Again, absolutely gorgeous image, isn't it? And I'm just going to slide that one in as well. Obviously, that one goes nice and easily. And then we can obviously tie this back up like that. So, I mean, you know, we're gradually getting a bit more journaling space onto this. And then this one is the last one with things on the back, because if you recall, we didn't put anything on the back of the, you know, the base piece, but we have got a pocket here. So on this one, we made a belly band and a pocket from this envelope. So, I mean, that's actually too small, you know, too small for this piece. So let's put something on here. I'm going to just go with the theme that we've been using with these ladies. And that way we've got some, you know, continuation really. So again, just cut her out. Okay. Okie dokie. Oops. There we go. Like that. Okay. Oops. Right. Again, just ink her up, you know, more for the, whoops, more from the cutting point of view than anything else. Like that. Okay, looks good. Looks good. And then the lace here. I mean, I just put her on there because then I can sort of make sure that I'm going to have lace overhanging, you know, where she is. So, okay, like that. Oops. Like that. Now on this, I wouldn't mind having a bit of lace kind of overhanging the edge. So let's just see what lace we've got that might look pretty, you know, hanging off the edge. So maybe something like this. Let's just cut that down to size. Okay. Just trim this one down because it's a bit weird shape. Okay. There we go. So yeah, we can have this overhanging, and again that's going to look very pretty then, because it's going to be, you know, sticking out at the side, which is all creating, you know, some nice kind of interesting bits to look at. So yeah, I think something like that. Now, do we want it as big as that, or shall we trim this down? Let's trim this down. Okay, so again, just using my tacky glue here. And like I say, I mean, I'm just using that really because it's the one I grabbed first. So, oops. Might just put that poking out a little bit more, so we've got a bit more of an overhang on the thing. Are you okay, Bo? Come on. Oh, she's off again. Yep, she's decided it's boring in her after all. Who can blame her? It probably is boring listening to me waffling on. Right. There we go. Like that. That's pretty, isn't it? And then do we want some other lace elements or anything? Let's just see. I mean, we could kind of shutter it in like that, to be honest, but that might be a bit strange. So could have some at the bottom. That might be quite nice. Maybe this one actually. Oh, or maybe this one. This is quite big, but let's just see. Or maybe even just kind of like more, you know, one side. Maybe this side. So yeah, I quite like that. Where are you off to, sweetie? Oh, she's in and out, in and out. She's come back now. Right. That looks lovely, doesn't it? So I'll just again put some glue down. Maybe I'll have that over that one. Right. Oops. Yeah, something like that. Okay, and then I think maybe a label on here as well would look good. So let's take this one. Ooh. Oh no, just looking and the sun's gone in now. How disappointing. Come out, come back out. There we go. I took Bo out for a walk yesterday later in the afternoon, and it was lovely. Like I say, I can't honestly remember a couple of days ago when I filmed the rest of this video whether it was actually really nice or not. I've got a feeling maybe it was, you know, hit and miss. But yeah, it's been really nice since then, so much better. So maybe something like this. And then just wondering what else we might want to have. I mean, I've got some of this kind of ephemera type pieces, but that's a bit yellow. I mean, I have got some book page or something, so we could use some book page if we wanted. Or I've got some of these. These are from the, oh gosh, what are these from? The Victorian Gallery, or it could be the Victorian Springtime. And I'm so sorry, and I've said this hundreds of times, I can never remember which kit is which, because I put them both in my shop at the same time and created them kind of, you know, simultaneously. So now they just merge into one in my brain, and I just can't seem to actually decipher which is which. I'm sorry about that. Natalie's here today, so she was just checking something. So yeah. Okay. Right, there we go. Just see whether we might want to have this. I mean, I don't want to kind of like smother it in stuff, but you know, feel like it needs something else on here because it's looking a bit boring and a bit plain otherwise. So maybe something like that. And I have got some book page, so let me just get some book page. We'll just try this. I mean, I was trying to keep it quite plain and, you know, just having like the, you know, the lovely coffee dyed paper, but oh, I think that's 2 sheets. Yeah, thinner than I thought that was. We'll just check whether we would want to have this on here. Oh, that does look quite lovely, doesn't it? So yeah, let's pop that on. Okay. Right, okay. Let's just grab a card to spread that out with. Okay. Oh dear. Right. Messy, messy. Oops. Right, so I've torn the book page up there. Again, I don't mind that because actually I think it looks quite, you know, eclectic really. So yeah, I'm not going to worry. Right, I need to get a move on because when I just stopped the film, I realised I'd been filming for a long time. So I was hoping to get this completely finished with you guys, but I might have to finish the last side just quickly on my own because I'm just aware that I've been now running for a long time. So let's just pop this down. And obviously we've done this one as the pocket and the belly band. So, whoops, so I can obviously pop some bits and pieces into here, which will be then, you know, providing journaling space. And then I think, you know, it's pretty nice and it's got quite a lot of useful space. And again, I often say things like, you know, when we're making smaller projects, just to give you sort of ideas, you know, this would be perfect for something like, you know, if you had a weekend away or, you know, just something that you wanted to keep little records of. This is the ideal kind of project for that type of thing that you could just then document or journal, you know, about a specific thing rather than obviously being a mammoth journal. It's just got room for, you know, for small kind of events and things. So then we've just got this final page, and obviously this one we're just going to use as just a pocket or something in there. So yeah, obviously that's kind of the whole thing now. So if I just turn it around so as you can see how it's come together. So we've got lots of pretty interest coming out, you know, each side, and yeah, all the layers of lace and things all showing up. Obviously I've got to stuff the pockets and things like that yet. And then I will come back and do a little flip through of this. And yeah, I really hope that you like it. It's just something a little bit different. And yeah, really enjoyed making it. I might have to make some more of these. Maybe we could make some more incorporating colour. I don't know whether I'm, you know, quite brave enough to do that. And to be honest, I'm not sure how well that would complement the photos, but perhaps we could do that. So yeah, thank you so much for watching. I hope you feel inspired. Really appreciate it if you could give this video a thumbs up. And yeah, I hope that you all have a fantastic day, and I will see you guys in the next video. Thanks then. Bye.